In the icy heart of Alaska, there's a mountain so massive, it makes the rest of America look small. Its name is Denali, once called Mount McKinley, the tallest mountain in the United States and all of North America. Standing 6,190 meters tall, that is over 20 to 300 feet, Denali rises higher from its base to peak than even Mount Everest. Its slopes are brutal, freezing winds, unpredictable storms, and temperatures that can drop to 60°. Only the most experienced climbers dare to face it. Even pilots flying nearby say the mountain creates its own weather, wrapping itself in clouds like a living giant guarding the Arctic sky. Denali isn't just a mountain, it's America's frozen titan standing watch over the wildest frontier on Earth.
Mount Everest isn't really the tallest mountain in the world. The true tallest mountain might completely surprise you. Yep, Everest has been fooling us all. Sure, it towers at 29,000 feet above sea level, but here's the kicker. It's perched on the Himalayan mountain range, which is already 17,000 feet high. Strip that away, and its true height is just 12,000 feet. A literal imposter. Now stack that against Mount Denali in Alaska, which rises an impressive 20,310 feet from base to summit. But wait, it gets even wilder. What about the closest mountain to space? Surely that's Everest, right? Wrong. Thanks to Earth's equatorial bulge, Mount Chimborazo in Ecuador technically takes that crown, stretching over 6,000 feet farther from the Earth's center than Everest ever could. And here's the real plot twist. Mauna Kea in Hawaii, mostly hidden under the Pacific Ocean. When measured from its base to summit, it's a jaw-dropping 33,500 feet tall, making Everest look like a tiny pebble. So what do you think? Are you still Team Everest, or is it time to crown a new mountain king?
This is one of the only places on Earth where the weather answers to the mountain. In Denali National Park, Denali doesn't just sit in the landscape, it controls it. At over 20,000 feet, the mountain forces air upward, cooling it instantly, creating clouds, storms, and violent winds out of nothing. Clear skies can disappear in minutes, because here, weather doesn't pass through, it forms. And while Mount Everest is taller above sea level, Denali rises more dramatically from its base. It doesn't feel like a mountain. It feels like a wall between worlds. Glaciers move across it, carving the land, carrying time with them. And even now, the mountain is still growing, quietly, relentlessly. For Alaska Native peoples like the Koyukon Athabascans, it was never just a peak. They called it Denali, the high one, not because of how tall it is, but because of what it commands, which makes you realize some places don't just exist, they decide what happens around them. Follow for more places that feel impossible, but are very real.
This is the highest mountain in the United States. Most people don't know that a common rule among mainland American climbers is that a peak must have a prominence of at least 300 feet to qualify as a true mountain. All of the 10 highest peaks in the U.S. are located in Alaska. Denali, the highest of them all, is situated in south-central Alaska and is revered as the Great One. With an elevation of 20,310 feet, Denali is the tallest land-based peak in the world, rising 18,000 feet from its base to its summit. For centuries, the Koyukon people living around the mountain have called it Denali. However, in 1896, a gold prospector renamed it Mount McKinley, a name that stuck for many years. Alaska sought to restore the original name, but efforts were consistently blocked by the state of Ohio. Finally, in 2015, during a visit to Alaska focused on climate change, former President Obama announced the official renaming of the peak back to Denali.